Finally. All right. We're back. Judd'z Budz 191. Gretzky plus. Here's a deep pull. Branko Radovojevic.
Ah, that plays in well.
Well, yeah, it's perfect timing.
Is that number one on the all-name team for Minnesota? It has to be.
It has to be. I mean, we could do actually, we should. Next summer, we should just have one episode where we go through every roster of all time.
All name team for every team. Yeah.
Literally, there's like an hour and a half of us reading off rosters. It'd be like, I fucking forgot about this one.
It'll be such a wasted episode, but we'll clip all of it for socials and it'll work.
Yeah, everyone else will hate it, but you and I will have the time of our life. So who cares?
Everyone will like it on every other platform except for podcast and YouTube.
Yeah.
Like on Instagram and TikTok, like you'll find just your team and you'll really enjoy that portion. And then the rest of it's like, no.
Yeah. That'll be
there will be like three sickos. Like we're going to have Simon, Cosgrove, and Cole just along for the whole ride.
That's it, though. No one, like literally, everyone's just like angry about it. So that means we're going to do it. It's gonna be great for us.
Yes. No, that's the most on-brand thing we could do.
Yeah. No, literally. Anyways, Happy New Year, 2026. I told you I was late because I was at the fucking grocery store, and again, you would think it's never fucking snow here in Boston based on the traffic, and then the fact that everyone's internet died, everyone lost power in the middle of the night last night. Apparently, you would think it's never fucking snowed here, but anyways, we're back. I was at the cash register, dude. Like whatever, it's cash out, and the lady goes, "All right, have a good one. Happy fucking New Year." I was like, "What?" She goes, "Another year of this bullshit." I was like, I think I like you a lot. I think you and I would be very
on the spot.
I was like you be like, are we gauged now? Like that, I like you a lot.
I left my ring at home, but please don't move. I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. I usually bring it with me just in case this happens. But the one time I didn't bring it. By the way, also 2026 feels like a fake year. We're at the point now where every year the numbers just don't sound right. So, anyways, how was your Christmas? How was your New Year?
We survived it. I think that's the way to put it. A lot of fun and like all positives. Like it's not a complaint at all. It's just like it is the most chaotic time of the year for me in particular, as I've mentioned in the past. Yeah. Wife's birthday right into holidays. We've got to split and do both families because both are in town. And then the little one's birthday, which dude, we were up until I think 4 a.m, like doing all the stuff because like we were that last minute. And let me be clear, I'll send you some of the stuff because I haven't yet. Laura crushed this Grinch themed birthday.
Oh,
like there's a Grinch cake that she made, and again, that's part of why we were up until 4 a.m. But like everything was on point, and he loved it.
That's awesome.
It was very fun. But yeah, anyone that needs a good theme, if you got a kid that's born anywhere in the vicinity of Christmas, for their toddler birthday, they hit 2. Welcome to Tuville. That's the move.
That's really fun. I like that. I didn't know you were doing that.
I came up with that idea, and then she did everything else.
She was like, "You're good. You've contributed all you need to contribute."
You know this by now with me. I am like probably in the top 1% of just like idea people. I'll come up with endless ideas, and like a decent amount of them will hit. It's the execution where I'm just like, I have no time or brain space. Like if someone can just like do this and make this happen, great. If not, okay, there's another idea that we're just not going to use.
I really like in the off season, he'll just text me at like 2:00 on a fucking Tuesday, like, yo, I got an idea. Don't know how it would work, but I'm like, all right, cool, dude.
It's also very funny because, like, if I explain it to you, most of my ideas make sense. But when I text some of them to you, it's like, I don't think he's going to have a clue what that actually means, like reading it via text. I need to like explain this. Yeah,
usually it's literally like you text me that, and then a few times you'll be like, fucking hold on, I'm gonna call you real quick. I'm like, all right. I'm sitting like this. And then when you explain to me, I'm like, that's not at all what I interpreted from that text message. So
because I'm trying not to send a novel. Like I hate people send me like if it should have paragraphs, it should not be a text message. It shouldn't.
Right. It's But like also I'll be in the middle of the time, like I can't possibly fucking text this without it being a paragraph. Like I can't without key pieces of it. But also,
see, if you do it sparingly, it's okay. There's people that are serial paragraph texters, and it's like, I'm not reading all of this.
That's illegal. Yeah, I know. We got
the classic, like, so happy for you, or sorry that happened to you.
Yeah. I ain't reading all that. Congratulations, or sorry that happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, dude.
But I think we got a lot to cover today. We're gonna be giving our opinions on Team Canada selection. We're going to talk Wild. We're going to talk prospects. We're going to talk World Juniors, NHL draft, the whole bit. Got to start though here, Z, because I know this will get you just in the right mindset and mood for this stream. We have to talk about the Brad Marchand 1,000-point tribute. That was. I don't know why I wasn't expecting something like that.
You always I feel like people always wonder because as hockey fans, we watch the game, and if you're not a Bruins fan or now Panthers fan or I don't know, Hockey Canada fan, I guess, because he's played in everything for them. You're always like, oh, I fucking hate Brad Marchand, but then you always hear interviews with, and it's also any guy in the league who
dude
is a rat or a shit disturber or whatever. You always wonder what the fucking other players in the league actually think about them. And the fact that it started off, actually, I watched the full one. It starts with Bergeron going, which was the
full one's great.
It's so good, but the abbreviated version ended up on Twitter first. I think Pete tweeted it out. It starts with Ryan Callahan, and I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" And then it's Mark Borowiecki.
Hang on. You got to stop on. So for everyone, it's basically everyone chirping him and making fun of him, which is how you know they all freaking love him. But that one was one of the best ones where he's like, "Oh, you got a taste of greatness." But the winner, flat out, especially because it's so unexpected for him, our boy JoJo, the
that was amazing.
Man. Yeah, so everyone says that they hate. Brad Marchand, guy that you hate to play against but love to play with. I played with him and against him. I hate him.
He goes, I did both. Hated both.
It's so good.
Dude, and then fucking Komarov, dude. He goes, I still have a fucking hickey on my neck from you.
It's so good.
And then, of course, Luongo, A+. He everything he does is hilarious.
Wait, that was Luongo? I thought that was Strombone.
Oh, sorry, Strombone. Sorry. But also everything he does is outrageously funny.
Yeah.
Especially when on fucking out of nowhere a couple years ago, actually, I guess 10 years ago at this point, on fucking Father's Day, he just tweets out a picture of Brad Marchand, goes, "Happy Father's Day, Daddy." Yo, oh my God.
So what makes me sad though is that he's the perfect example of we need hockey players to be more comfortable being assholes. Hockey players are too polite in the media, generally speaking. And I swear, I thought Roberto Luongo was the biggest asshole, condescending prick in the world just because of the way that he handled me. He was in Vancouver and he was a goalie and he was the captain. Okay. I get it.
He was a goalie in Vancouver, the only one that ever had a C on his fucking. At one point,
on his helmet. You can't have it on the sweater.
Oh, right. What's on his fucking? Which is Holy
A
fuck!
dumb
This
fucking
you
rule
better
ever, by the way.
you better never let a single fucking goal in your whole fucking career in Vancouver. If you're gonna be a captain, have a C on your helmet. Dude, that video is just so good. And I mean, again, the full version with Bergeron going all out.
Yeah.
I was in tears. Weirdly, like my first thought when I watched the video was like, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. Like he's
Did
just
you not
like
already think that?
well, I will. So this is what I was going to ask because this is why it even popped into my head. I get very annoyed by the whole like Hall of Fame, what isn't Hall of Fame worthy conversation. But like,
wait, more or less annoyed than the jersey retirement conversation?
ooh, it's pretty close. It's pretty fucking close.
See, it's funny because I'm probably the biggest hypocrite when it comes to those. Like, I either think it's the dumbest debate or there's some where I'm going to like dig my heel in. I'm like, nope, this is the one exception. Screw you guys. I'm right. Shut up.
Yeah. I think
Koivu being an example.
Yeah, I think that was one of the first times I ever even did an episode on here like 4 years ago was like right around then. No, specifically with that, the conversation that's annoying when people are like, we're not going to retire the Ring of Honor. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, what are we talking about, dude? This sucks. I was like, are we really wasting?
Guilty.
It's just like,
not that I'm like a big advocate for the Ring of Honor, but like Mikko Koivu is the definition of a Ring of Honor player. He really is.
Dude, that like to me, that's what I was like. I can't. I literally can't get any emotion out of me about like I can't have an opinion. Like this is so dumb, like annoying. But anyways, I mean,
it's dumb and annoying is an opinion.
That's fair. But I feel like it's the Hall of Fame. Like I don't know. Because there are players like Marsh. He doesn't have any major league awards. He now has 2 cups. He probably could have been a Conn Smythe guy last year. He's played over 1,000 games, over 1,000 points.
I'd argue should have.
Yeah, he's right.
He was my pick.
Yeah. He's also like again like one that like if he wanted to like no one would have been like oh what the like this is bullshit whatever. I think everyone like yeah he fucking like every big game in the playoffs. Either way though, so like. It's tough with a guy like Marchand though.
Yeah.
Specifically when you have like no league awards, like no Rocket, no Art Ross, no nothing. Like you know what I mean?
Sure. So here's my stance, and part of it's going to be controversial too. But for him, longevity is absolutely a factor.
Yeah.
And it's the way that he's evolved his game. Like he's not pulling the Corey Perry end of his career. Like, hey, I'm going to adapt and be a 4th liner. Like he's at
like
the
literally
top of
still
his game
better
right now. He's at the top of his game. He was reborn, but
he's on track to shatter his goal record.
He's a guy that I put in the ilk of like, Mark Stone, right? Where you're like a winger that's in the Selke conversation, even though he's never nominated, like he really should be in that conversation every year. Like he's a guy that impacts the game in so many different ways. Like, dude, aside from the Selkes, right? Because like he ended up kind of becoming Mr. Selke, right? Like Bergeron. Like, does being a perennial Selke winner make you a clear-cut Hall of Famer? I'd say no. Now, is he? Yes. But there's so much more that goes into it, right? And I think Brad Marchand's right there with him, kind of neck and neck with how they're represented on that front. I also think we're getting into an era now with social media and everything else. At what point does his personality matter?
That's where I was going with this. That's where I was going with it.
Him and Matthew Tkachuk are going to be at the front and center of.
I fucking hate him so much.
Right, but you're proving the point, right?
No,
like,
I know. Yeah,
he makes you feel. He makes you feel. And I think that you don't get there off your personality alone. I just think if there's even the slightest discussion of him not being a Hall of Famer, which, tell you what, a year and a half ago, I'm probably not putting Brad Marchand in the Hall of Fame. I'm not freaking out if he ends up there, but I'm not like defending him.
Right.
But he goes on that cup run and you see what he's doing this year. I'm like, yeah, he could literally like score 0 points the rest of the year and I'd still be like, he's in. Like, It's insane. I don't know.
So that's where I'm
me,
at
it's
with
a
the Hall of
no-brainer.
Fame conversation thing, where I'm like, at this point, like he's done what he's done hockey wise, but like he's one of the very, very few current players in the NHL. And even when he was doing this fucking 10 years ago, going out into the media and just being a psycho and being hilarious, the fact that everyone knows him. That's where like the Hall of Fame, that's why it popped up into my head. I was just like, I mean, at this point now he's got 2 cups, could have won the Conn Smythe, but like he's been like a perennial point per game guy.
But not only does he have 2 cups,
yeah,
he literally has it at the start,
as a rookie, and then at the
and he had to battle through all the bullshit in between.
He almost got the fact that when that year that he was it 2018. Double lick. He fucking licked Callahan and Komarov in one playoff year. He was the one time. He was like, they were like, we probably should have sat him down a lot of times over his career, but like that was the one time that we brought him into the office. Like, yo, hey, like this is way too much. We will fucking trade you if you do. Like, we can't do this. This is insane.
My first question though, if I ever get the unicorn interview of Brad Marchand, the question that I imagine they asked him when they sat him down is like, all right, Brad, calm the fuck down, but also who tastes better?
I mean, also
only because he'd answer that. He would answer. He would have an answer, and he would give you a good reason. Like he would not hesitate.
Exactly. Dude, I played again. I've told you before. I played soccer in college, and this kid on our team one game got a red card for spitting on someone, which like that's a rat. That's terrible. Don't do that. But he tried to say that he didn't do it, including like the next day he had a meeting with our coach in his office.
That is not me.
It's on camera. And he goes, Coach, I didn't spit on him. He was like, again, it was like just like the movie. Our coach was like, that's you. Like, this is the video. As Coach, I've spit on people before. I didn't spit on that fucking guy. I was like, yo, that's a crazy fucking response.
Look at me, David Garvin, spitting on soccer players.
I was
that
like,
is not me.
I was like, was that really his response? That was his defense. My coach was like, I didn't know what to fucking say back to him at that point. That was the craziest thing I've ever had anyone say in my office. I was just like, that's pretty funny though.
That's pretty good.
But anyways, that video.
How many times are we going to organically bring up that scene alone? Like that has to be our like poster scene for movie references.
Yeah.
Look at me, David Garvin stealing TVs.
That is not me.
It is great too because like you and my brother would just be best friends. Like that is his number one scene.
Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, it's just so good. But anyways, that video is really, it made my day. Like again, I told you this. Brad Marchand is he's top 3, right up there, challenge number 1 favorite Boston Bruins of all time. And I mean, it's just crazy that he's like on track to eviscerate his fucking personal best goal record. Like, he's already got 20 something. He's just, it's insane how good he is. It's a joke, but whatever. Anyways, good for him. Shout out Brad Marchand.
Yes. And on that, I gotta ask. We're going to go through the entire Team Canada roster here and just like generally speaking, some of the things that shocked us and things that I guess being Team USA supporters, we like. For me, the number 1 shock, and it's going to stem from the conversation we just had about Marchand. If I asked you last summer, hey, either Bennett or Marchand is going to be snubbed, which one's going to be snubbed? Marchand, no question for me, right? Not because I don't think he should be on the team, but because Bennett was so firmly locked in. Yeah.
And also, like, because you and I literally had the, hey, do we really think they're going to bring Tom Wilson conversation? Like, we've had that conversation.
No, he's been on fire this year.
Well, yeah, since he's got fully healthy, he's been incredible.
Yeah.
Again, he's always just been a fucking good player, but like, it comes with all the bad shit. But at the same time, hate to play against him, love to have him on your, whatever, who cares? I think literally last time we talked about the Olympics, We literally said, like, yo, everyone is demanding Tom Wilson. Like, you already have Sam Bennett. I was like, you already have Sam Bennett. Like, you could just bring that guy.
But also, why not both?
Yeah,
like,
or both.
Like, because the thing for me is they're not just goons. Like, they're skilled.
Yeah.
If it was just bringing them for that role of physicality and being a piece of shit, sure, you only need 1 or 2 instead of 4. But when they can play, why would you not like I would put Wilson in my middle 6 and I'd have Bennett be my 4th line center. Like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that one was the craziest to me. But let's run this down. So the names that made it, for those of you that didn't already see the announcement as it came out on Wednesday, very funny that they announced it in Minnesota, because like obviously Team Canada brass is all down here for the World Juniors, but just like funny that Canada is announcing on American soil. Another win for Donnie T. Joke. Yeah, Canadians, you should have come and bought tickets. Apparently people are mad that they didn't. That's a weird thing to get mad about.
That's a new one that I'm like, I can't engage with this shit.
My dad, though, it was very funny. Because we'll get into this later, but we went to the USA Sweden game, which was a gong show in and of itself.
That fucking
But
rules.
he was 100% convinced that like Team Canada was not participating in World Juniors from the way that everyone was talking. He's like, I thought Canada wasn't coming. Like, no, Dad, no.
That's really funny.
Because like he's like who are the best teams? I'm like, it's definitely USA, Sweden, and Canada. He's like, I thought Canada wasn't coming.
I thought they said they were coming. That's really funny if he actually thought that was true.
No, he absolutely thought that was true. But the names that came out as they released in Minnesota, forwards, you got the expected centers, McDavid, Crosby. That was a kind of a given. The other 3 names are something we'll discuss: Suzuki, Cirelli, and Horvat. On wing, Braden Point, who has had a not so awesome season, but he was one of the pre-named guys, so he's going to be there. Celebrini, Hagel, and Marchand. On the other side, we got Reinhart, McKinnon, Stone, Marner, Wilson. Obviously, insanely stacked in the forward group. We're still going to nitpick. Defense, they got Taves, Makar, Morrissey, Theodore, Sanheim, Parayko, Harley, Doughty. So same as they had for the 4 Nations. And in net, one of Binnington, Kemper, and Logan Thompson. So we talked about Bennett. We can kind of push that aside. Where else are you shocked by this roster? And in essence, happy as an American?
Well, I mean, I don't know about happy as an American. I'm just happy that Celebrini did make it. Like, again, he's already turned himself into one of the best players in the league, like both ways. Once again, just torched Minnesota last night. This guy, fucking unbelievable. What's he got? 14 points in 6 games against Minnesota at this point. It's crazy.
Yeah,
he's so good. I was curious about like Bedard. Wasn't overly shocked that he got left off. I was shocked by the comments after. That was what was weird to me. Like, someone was like, hey, did the injury to Connor Bedard play a role? And Armstrong just goes, nah, not really. I was like, holy shit. Whoa, oh my God. All right.
So
dude.
here's part of it. I'm sure for Team Canada, it's hard to bring 2 guys that young.
Well, that's the thing, right?
Hang on, though.
You get these guys. Like, you're going to do that thing where you're like, guys like Crosby, Marchand. I mean, they're no-brainers, but they've been here. And they haven't been able to play. I mean, well, they played 2014, whatever.
That was a big thing that I was going to wonder about for a lot of this too, is how much of this is like, they haven't been able to go to the Olympics for so long. Like, some of these guys, we need to get them in because they might not get another chance.
Yeah. I was wondering about like Drew Doughty too.
Yeah. Well, apparently like he is just Canada through and through. Armstrong said that it was an X-rated phone call with Doughty. A lot of
I was like, that's great. Like, don't do that. Where's that?
I love Doughty being there partially because
hopefully he's late again.
I just don't think that he's on that level anymore. But also, he's just an easy guy to like hate and cheer against. Like he is of the Marchand and the Wilson ilk, where it's like probably love having him on your team. Hate the guy when he's not. Minnesota Wild fans know this all too well. Like I don't know if he has
I've never actually hated
real
him
estate in brain space than
for a 2-second
Wild
clip.
fans.
A 2-second clip.
They hated him already though. That's the problem. Like
yeah, fair
but
enough.
yes, the clip is great. And it's also like I'm glad he's like I want that in hockey.
Yeah.
I want that.
We need more personality in hockey, unless I don't like that one though. Unless it's something I don't
unless
like.
you're being mean to me.
Then never mind.
Now I'm gonna one up you. How does Macklin Celebrini do something crazier than Doughty? Because he is officially now the youngest team like Olympic representative for Canada, trumping Doughty by a year.
Yeah. I don't know if he can I just like wouldn't recommend being late for the gold medal game.
Wait, what if it's because he's like up all night partying? Him and Jumbo just throw a rager, and then Jumbo comes in, both of them shirts off, and just walks in, and he's like, "Hey guys, it's okay. Here's with me.
Hey boys, we got this."
And Celebrini full fucking beard.
Yeah, he shows up full beard. Like, how the fuck did that happen? I was taking out Jumbo for 2 hours, and I grew one. Fuck it. Also, the way that Jumbo says boys, like, "Hey guys," he's so fucking funny. It's that fucking when he was mic'd up doing the Hall of Fame game in Toronto, he's like, "Hey guys," it's just like there he is. That guy never leaves the locker room. Yeah, I don't know. Celebrini is gonna have to do something like that to one up Doughty on that front. But I was pumped that he did make it because he's beyond deserving. I was wondering about Matthew Schaefer. Wasn't overly shocked as well. Same thing. Specifically, like.
Well, it's not just Schaefer, though.
There's two guys on that back end. Like, I figured Daddy would make it. Sanheim, Parayko.
Sanheim for me. Parayko has actually, like, for how much of a dumpster fire they've been at times this year, like, he's a guy that brings a different element to your team. Like, he does something that none of them can do. I'm not going to say that he's elite, but, like, first off, it's his GM. Second off, he is just different. He does serve a different role and utility than all the other guys there. So I can respect that. Sanheim's been bad. I wondered if Harley would get clipped just because of how he's played, but if I'm Team Canada, I want him there. So I think that the real question marks were Schaefer, which again, do they want to bring multiple young players? And with him, it's literally his first season after last year, like playing no games. I'm okay with it, right?
Yeah.
But you got to feel a little bit for a guy like Jacob Chikrin, who has just.
That's what I was like, really? Yeah, that's the big one. I was like, dude, he's playing Norris level.
What if he pulled a Lane Hutson and just flipped to the U.S.?
Hey, he's born in Florida, dude. Like, come on over, pal.
Yeah, that's really the extent of my like.
And like that one is fucking crazy. He's playing Norris level.
He's
fucking like,
so good, dude.
Like just unbelievable this season again.
Yeah.
It's funny too, just thinking back like his last year or two in Arizona. And then it was like, where's he gonna go? They're like, Ottawa. And I was like, what? Okay. I thought we were making a lot of noise about this. Still was pretty good. And then we were just bouncing around, ends up in Washington. I was like, oh fuck, that's gonna work out very well for all of them.
Which again, that was a great trade for both sides.
Yeah.
For Washington, but good for both sides.
Yep. He should be on this fucking team. It's crazy that he's not on a Team Canada roster. He is that good.
It is a bummer for him. And I think for me, it's more so I would have brought him or Schaefer. I don't care which one, but one of them needs to be on this team as the Cale Makar safety net. If he gets hurt during the tournament, you need someone to step in and be Cale Makar for the power play. And I don't want it to be anyone else on this roster. That's not like Morrissey and Theodore can do it. I think those two can do it way better.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like Morrissey's also last couple of years is like when I remember when he signed that first 6-year ticket, was that back in 2018, 2019? I was like, yeah, he's a fucking really good player. 6.75 isn't crazy. I'm just like really curious to see how that contract would age. Last like 3 years, he's obviously like maintained the points in the offense, but like his defensive game has fucking like taking like 5 steps forward. He is unbelievable. He's one of the best all-around defensemen in the league at this point.
Connor Hellebuck will make you a better defenseman too.
Yeah, that'll help. But I mean, just like watching him, he's become. I remember because like just following all like especially the analytics crowd on Twitter, like they're like, yo, this guy is like his first 2 or 3 years of that content was like fucking like he can shoot and he can move the puck. That's about it. And literally the last like 2-3 years, he has all of a sudden turned himself into like a world-class all-around defenseman. So he can do it, but like you said, like no one had like they're not gonna be able to do if Makar, whatever, something happens, that power play, like you still have guys that can give you something, but like specifically Chychrun can give you like, I mean, he's got an absolute fucking bomb. Really good quarterback of the power play, but yeah. Either way, it's like it's also funny just like getting fired up and nitpicking this fucking roster. I'm like, I mean, I don't know, man.
Well, we are gonna nitpick though, because the one for me, and I'm gonna say if I'm a Canadian, I don't like it, but I love what it represents. Anthony Cirelli.
That's 100% A+. He should be on this roster every day. He's so fucking good.
I'm not saying he's not, but so you think him over Bennett?
Yeah.
Okay. Because for me, the plus side of it, again, I'm not saying he's not a good player. It's just I was pretty surprised to see him make the final cut. I love that John Cooper is just being better than Steve Yzerman in every way. Steve Yzerman, who famously recused himself. I'm going to step away from this conversation because of bias on Martin St. Louis, best player in our franchise's history. And, currently a top 5 scorer in the NHL. I'm not going to weigh in and have an opinion on whether he's on the Olympic roster. And weird, that's what lost him and got him sent up to the New York Rangers. You stupid Yzer plan bitch.
I mean, you can't really complain.
I like Cooper picking his guys.
Specifically, like Cirelli, I will bet you will play every single fucking shift with Brandon Hagel. Those two together are like. I looked at the
Cirelli Hagel point done.
Yeah, I looked at like I was just out of curiosity. I went and looked at like the underlying numbers for Tampa Bay when those two, because I mean, point plays mostly with like Kucherov, but like Cirelli and Hagel play together most of the time or whatever. The ice is absolute like. The numbers are a joke when Hagel and Cirelli are on the ice together. Like there is 0 high danger chances against. Like they shut everyone down, and then they both fly. Like Cirelli is a prick too, and Hagel is like sneaky tough. But like, just like they literally like when they jump over the boards, all of a sudden they just have the puck every fucking time. It's like the underlying numbers are a joke when those two are on the ice. And I mean it's a big reason that Tampa Bay's been able to like stay afloat while someone like Braden Point's had like a down year. I'm like, it's like shockingly down year. Like everyone has 1 or 2 of those, but like, I'm like, wait, he's got how many? What? He's got like 7 goals. Like, this is what's happening right now. And they're still fucking second in the Atlantic, of course.
That's because the Atlantic is just weird. But also, yes, I mean, I've not been shy about my love for Braden Point, and laugh at me all you want because it's deserved. There was a point a couple of years ago where I think we had a real debate on whether the Wild would be better off getting the steal pick of Kaprizov or reversing and not fucking up the Belpedio pick over Point. And I had actual reasons that I thought Point would be the better player to have, mostly because the Wild can't possibly conceive of having a center. But
no, you gotta get rid of those.
He has had a really rough go. It's a tough look for Canada that he was like one of the guys named ahead of time to the roster, but he's a great player.
That was also just a weird thing the NHL did, by the way. I don't know why they fucking did that.
That was
so fucking
to stir up interest, get people pissed off, riled up, whatever. But he's got to be at the top of the list for guys that it's like this tournament could be what fixes him, and he comes back. It's like, oh yeah, I'm Braden Point still.
Yeah,
you know, because that's what we're going to be talking about for a lot of players, especially for the Wild, who like half their roster will be going to the Olympics. Yeah. It's like, what if we can stay healthy? Like, which players are going to come back like completely renewed or look different? I think the one other guy on here that I understand both sides, but a lot of people are kind of up in arms about Mark Stone. Because he hasn't been awesome.
Right. Vegas has just been weird in general too.
100%.
Same time, I it's one that I'm like, if he got left off, I'd be like, yeah, based on this, yeah, I wouldn't have been overly shocked or whatever. But it's also funny, like he can be very, very quiet, not having a crazy year, but then you watch Vegas, like, oh fuck, he's still got it. So he's just one of those guys, like, doesn't need to produce a ton of points to be super effective. So I wasn't overly surprised. The one that like I was curious about, and I was like 50-50 if I'm a fan of Team Canada or Canadian, I guess. It's like Horvat's had a really fucking good year, obviously. I was curious. I was like him over Bennett. I'm sitting there like, well, what role do you want Horvat to play at this thing? Again, same time, like team.
He can play the two-way role though.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, exactly. So I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Right.
I was surprised too, and I've like stepped back and thought about it. I'm like, no, you know what? Good for Horvat. Like, I'm not going to push back.
That's where I landed too. And then I was also thrilled for like Nick Suzuki is so fucking good, dude.
For me, that's one though that if he wasn't on the roster, I would be like doing cartwheels.
Would have been sickening
as an American. Like he there's no world where you can leave him off the way that he has been playing. And it shouldn't matter, but it kind of does. Like, he's literally a captain for Montreal. Like, that matters when you're talking about Team Canada for the Olympics. Come on.
It is just like also bit a like, obviously that is a tough fucking, just like, that's a tough profession, fucking being captain of the Montreal Canadiens, especially when they were dog shit. But he has just been phenomenal since he stepped foot on the, like, he is so fucking good.
He's the one that Vegas regrets.
Yeah.
I think every other trade they wouldn't
like,
change
whatever.
a thing.
Yeah, especially after you win a cup eventually.
Him, like, it's like, damn. And we got Pacioretty? Fuck.
Yeah. And again, like, Pacioretty was good for a few years there in Vegas until
I'm not saying he wasn't, but
until he like just disintegrated. Like, his body just was like, yeah, no, we can't function on the ice. But that one sucks.
So that's it for the forwards then, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the last one for me is I expected these three goalies. If I were Canadian, I would be very confused about Kemper over Blackwood.
Yeah, that's the one that was very confused. But specifically, my favorite conversation though is like, I was watching like the World Juniors last night, and like 7 times the goalie discussion, it was like, who do you start? Like, and you know, people might not know Bennington's numbers this year, not great. It's like everyone fucking knows. Like, what are you talking about? I was like wondering if they would let Logan Thompson play hockey for them. So that's good. You know, that's like, the big thing. I was like, hey, they got over it.
I think they looked at it. They're like, we have no choice.
Yeah,
like, he's just been that.
We can't be fucking crazy.
You got to think that Binnington gets game 1, correct?
Yeah.
Like, and he short leash, whatever. But I think, Mateo could have brought Thompson, Blackwood, and Wedgwood, which I think a fun part, because I would have said Blackwood regardless, but it's actually a really good point that I heard made, and I don't even remember who it was, so I can't give proper credit, but not my original idea. The fact that your top pairing is Taves Makar, who are obviously super familiar with Blackwood, and Blackwood is familiar with them, like, that matters if he ends up getting slotted in. Again, I think this is Thompson's net when it's all said and done, but you never know what happens with injuries. You never know if he goes out there and gets shelled, whatever. I would have Blackwood over Kemper, but to each their own, I guess.
Yep.
Team Canada loves having their guys that have won for them before, though, and Kemper's done that.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy too, like how different. Like, I mean, again, even like Binnington sucked last year with the Blues, but then you watch the 4 Nations, you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is not. This
I
makes
am
no
very
sense.
prepared
It's crazy
for him to come in and torch. He could.
Yeah, of course. Right.
All right, so now we've already got the rumblings out that Team USA's roster will not officially be out until Friday, but calls have already been made. Some players have already been kind of pointed out as, hey, they're in. So, oh, wait, who's out as a result? Two of these, absolutely agree with. One of them we're probably going to debate, and I'm sure you're on the same page. Like, two are clear cut. One is a little dicier. Clayton Keller, I think he absolutely deserves to be there. Makes all the sense. Tage Thompson, even more so. Seth Jones is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Especially when you look at his arc. Like, we talked about Marchand, like, looking back a couple of years. Seth Jones, his life was saved when he got traded from Chicago.
Yeah.
I did not expect him to do what he's done since, but also, like, has he done enough that you're like, yeah, I'm happy if this guy's playing for Team USA?
I mean, especially based on how, like, when Adam Fox should be playing. Like, I know he was bad the Four Nations. This year, he's been incredible for the Rangers. And, like,
it's his coach, too.
Yeah, which
does matter.
Yeah. I would have, I mean, like, to me, that would have been a no-brainer over Seth Jones. I get the whole renaissance of Seth Jones since getting traded to Florida or whatever, but at the same time, I'm like, well, where are you going to play it? Because I could guarantee you Adam Fox can give you whatever you need.
He's going to be a spare. Let's be clear.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like, it's crazy. Whatever. But I mean.
Z, I think the answer is, let's see. I think we've still got the thumbnail on here. Yep. He big.
He tall.
Yeah, I agree with you though. I'm not gonna bang the tables for Adam Fox, but like, gun to my head, I'd rather have Adam Fox. But gun to my head, there's other players I'd rather have too. I think there's a lot of American defensemen that should be in the discussion, and it's a deep pool. There it is. That's the one. That's what I
Jackson
need.
Lacombe,
I want it.
baby.
I need it. Give it to me. Jackson Lacombe would be so fun. Especially, I know everyone wants the Hughes Faber pairing. Lacombe Faber would go so hard.
Give me
hard.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, I fucking love Jackson.
In 4 years, do we get Faber and Lacombe on the team as well as the full Gopher line of Snuggerud, Cooley, Nyes?
Yes.
The awful, horrible things I might do to make that happen, I would. And then they just need to pray that there's no Canadian representatives that played for Quinnipiac.
Literally, that's
or that they let Faber be out on the ice for that start of overtime. Oops.
Whoops.
I love Bob Motzko. I will defend him for almost everything. I will not defend him for that. That was weird.
Remind me, by the way.
It was weird. Bad.
Remind me of that. Remind me of the defend Bob Motzko when we start World Junior Stock. Because there have been a couple of things where I'm like, what the fuck is this tweet? This makes no sense.
But speaking of tweets, you can be absolutely appalled at Adam Fox's omission from this roster. Like, you have every right to do that. If you come out and say that you are looking forward to Team USA not meddling because of it, you're a fucking loser. You should not be allowed to watch hockey. You should be sent out to Siberia, you loser piece of shit. That is I'm cheering against my country because they didn't pick my player. Like, you can absolutely victory lap when they lose, like if that happens, and be like, yep, you should have brought him. But to say that you're looking forward to the team's demise because they didn't bring your player who, let's be real, like at best, he's probably the number 6 defenseman. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Now, if they said, yeah, we don't want to bring Quinn Hughes because he didn't play for Four Nations, like, yeah, be a little bit more upset, but you're still not going to cheer against Team USA because of it. Like, come on, people. You can't be that dumb. You can't be that much of a loser.
There are other reasons that you could be like,
like, that's insane to me. That is the weirdest behavior.
I didn't see that coming. I didn't know where you're going with that. I was like, oh fuck.
Just so dumb. Question: do you think 2 out of the 3 U.S. goalies will be from Lakeville? I do not think so, but that's a very funny point. I think one will, and even him, I'm like shaky on personally because here's my thing Z, do you like the idea of bringing younger guys for future purposes? Or for your third goalie, are you just like, nope, whoever the third best goalie is, that's who I want here? And this one's tough for you because it's directly targeting your boy.
I think now, because we're slowly getting more, like between this, where are we getting World Cup of Hockey? Or another four, whatever. So now we're getting more, like, I think they're going to have more international events too. Sure. So I'm like less worried. I'm like, just bring whoever's fucking good right now.
Okay.
And for this one, it's like, if there's someone who, like, in a year or two, or whenever the next international event, they might not be even close to the level, like older guys that have missed out in the past. I get it. Especially if it's like a depth fucking piece or whatever. If they can still play, like, that's fine. I'm always just like, whatever, who can play now?
For me, it's just I agree, unless the player is arguably, like, I think that two young goalies for Team USA are in the same discussion as Swayman and maybe even Ottinger. And that's why I'd be like, no, I'm nudging in one of the young pups. Question is, which one would you bring between Spencer Knight and the one they call Wolf?
I probably
Teo immediately comments Knight.
I was gonna say probably Spencer Knight.
What
it might part of that might even just be because
Jones, like, both loving that trade.
Yeah. I would. By the way, that one too. Like when that trade happened, I was like, Florida's gonna do what they do with defensemen and completely reinvent them and like use them right, and it'll be fine. But like, I was like, good for fucking Chicago for getting that haul for him. I'd probably bring Spencer Knight, just like how good he has been the whole year in Chicago. Like in front or behind, dog shit. Like just so bad. At the same time, though, Dustin Wolf's just got this long track record of like just lighting it up as a young goaltender, and then in the AHL, one of the best for like his whole tenure.
Can a goalie light it up?
Yeah, with Sellies like Jesper.
Yes, well, but then people get mad.
Yeah, no, 50-year-old men get really mad about like a fucking like 22-year-old goalie like celebrating a big win. Loser behavior. I don't know. I probably lean Knight. Just maybe that's just me like reacting like how it's been such like a feel good story this year for him. Considering everything he's been through like the last couple of years. But
it's crazy
same time,
that Chicago has a feel good story.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's the only one I'll accept, I guess. But yeah, I guess that's probably why I'm like leaning Knight now. But at the same time, it's crazy looking at like Dustin Wolf's track record, like in the AHL, where it's just like funny. Like you forget how like Wallstedt's numbers don't look that impressive when you look at his AHL numbers, even last year, like or barring last year. They don't look crazy, but then you watch that fucking Iowa Wild team when he was there. It's like, holy shit. That's why he was a fucking all-star every year that he was in the fucking AHL. It's crazy now, but Dustin Wolf's numbers in the AHL are insane. I think there was one year he had like a fucking 940. And it was just like, this kid's unbelievable. And you're waiting for Markstrom to like eventually, once those trade rumors started coming out, you're like, okay. The second he's gone, Wolf's gonna like step in and be the guy. And last year, I mean, holy shit.
The one side conversation now before we talk Minnesota Wild. You bring up Markstrom. Are the top two goalies for Sweden going to be Gustafsson and Wallstedt at this point?
Could be, but
should be. I would argue should be. And how sick would that be? I'm in love with that. And let's just spiral off that then to one of the funnier things that we've seen in quite some time from a Minnesota Wild player. Oh, Mateo, sorry, you were on that. Leroy Wallstedt. What a wild move. And then I think the highlight of this, so for those that didn't see against the San Jose Sharks, he literally books it out to get to the puck at the blue line and like takes his time getting back to the net afterwards. And
he went down. He went down in the neutral zone again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. He's two pads stacked at the blue line.
Russo asked him about it and he like brushed off. He's like, I don't think that was a big deal. What are you talking about? Like, God, I love you so much. He is very quickly like replacing the void that was left by Marco and Zeev. Like Wallstedt, I think Wallstedt's my favorite player on the team. I think he is.
I love him, yeah. Oh, so again, one of the few times I've ever been right about anything was at the beginning of the year or before the season started. I was like, I have a feeling this year, like Wallstedt being steady, knowing that he's here, he's on that one-way contract, like as long with the fucking Minnesota Wild, knock on wood.
As long as they don't take away his video game privileges.
Yeah, well, of course. That's a given. Knock on wood. As long as they stay healthy. Assuming health with Wallstedt, like the fact that he's here on that one way, not going to be wondering if he's playing in Iowa or Minnesota, it could weirdly actually be like something that like helps him. And I mean, this year he's just been a fucking stud. It's crazy how good he is. Like, what's he got? Like 1 or 2 losses of regulation now?
It's insane, dude.
Yeah, at one point he had like 2 more shutouts than every single other NHL team. Like it was crazy, but he's just been so good. But I was dying. I had during World Juniors when I was working last week, I guess that was just Friday because that was day 1, I guess. But even then, even the past few days, I'm off this week because my manager was like, "You need a fucking vacation. Like you have bags around your eyes." So I was like, "Whatever, dude, fine." But I like just set up all my shit out there, and like with my work computers, I'll be like, "Fuck it, I'm putting hockey on every single one." Then I've got it on my laptop and on the TV. So last night when Wallstedt did that, I had 5 games going at the same time, and the Wild game was on my phone. I was like, "Oh my god!" I started yelling. My roommate came out. She's like, "Are you okay?" My roommate came out. She's like, "What is happening?" I was like, "Oh, sorry. I'm gonna explain this one. The goalie's in the neutral zone. I don't fucking know." She's like, "Oh, all right, I don't care," and just went back in her room. I was like, "I'm not dead. It's fine." But I was yelling. I was like watching him fly up the ice because right before he came into the frame, I was like, "Is he gonna come challenge for this puck?" And then he just came flying 60 miles an hour and then just hung out in the neutral zone for a second and tried to make another save. And it worked out. It was great. Didn't work out in the end. Those shootout goals by San Jose were so nasty, by the way.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about San Jose basically owning us. It's granted, I'll take San Jose owning us over Chicago owning us, like in the long run, because I can't handle that. I'm not equipped for that. Yeah. Because obviously Frondell, who we'll talk about more once we get into World Juniors, but like he's been obviously looking good. And I commented on one of like his goals, and I'm like, this guy, Chicago is going to be a problem in 4 to 6 years, and people freaked out. What a moron! 4 to 6 years, haha! You know nothing. I'm just like, okay, I'm not even touching this. I'm leaving it alone. We're gonna move on.
I have been, again, we'll talk about this with the World Juniors, but I have been getting some of the most asinine fucking responses and like violent DMs that I'm like, this is crazy. I fucking forgot how annoying the World Junior like 50-year-old male fans are from Canada. Like, holy fuck, dude. Like, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, we are kind of gonna brush past the Wild. We're mostly gonna stick to prospects because we're on a time crunch. But dude, the only 2 guys left in our top 5 from this summer, Wallstedt and Danila Yurov. How are we feeling about his continued progression? And again, I'm going to ask the question probably every week. Are we okay with him being our playoff 1C?
I mean, I've still been like, I don't think my opinions waver on like Yurov's season so far, especially with elevated minutes. Like, I remember at the beginning of the year, I was like, why are we doing this like 6, 7, 8 minute fourth line? Like, what can you do type minutes? That being said, he was still showing moments where it's like, oh, this is someone that's played pro hockey before, some little habits. And again, now with like elevated ice time and more responsibilities, I've still been impressed, even if the numbers aren't crazy. That being said, they've also like since getting more minutes, he has got more goals, more points, or whatever. So I've been happy again. Like I think if you go into the playoffs, you're like obviously Daniil Yurov isn't your ideal 1C. That being said, it also helps when you're playing on the same line as Kirill Kaprizov, who's going to be the driver on that line anyways. And he plays good two-way, a good two-way game. Continue working that face-off dot, like whatever. But I would imagine that even with that being said, like they're going to go out and target someone else. So obviously, like if you want to challenge for a cup right now, the Yurov being a 1C isn't like ideal. Same time, like if he's playing with Kirill Kaprizov, like that's fine. But like, yeah, prototypical 1C, no, like right. He's not. Even when he hits his peak, like
I'm not even saying long term. I'm saying this year, like, yeah. I'd really like to not.
It's his first year league, right? Yeah, 100%.
Yes, still love his progress, like you said. Good things in the future. Although Billy Guerin will probably trade him for a center at some point this year because we just know that's how he's wired now. Continuing on the prospect train, shout out to the continued awesome work from our buddies MNWProspects. They've been in their bag lately, and a guy they've had to cover a lot. One Charles Stramel, and
dude, this weekend was so they played Sunday and Monday. What's it called? The fucking Great Lakes Invitation or some shit. I don't even remember what it was actually called, but just like this tournament with them, Michigan Tech, I think Lake Superior State and BC, which is a very funny addition. I was like, where the fuck did BC come from? Why are we doing that? Dude, Stramel, especially when you look at the roster now, obviously Riker Lee not there, Port Martone not there, Van Saggy at World, like all those guys World Juniors. So like Stramel had to be the guy, and like he looked like it was like varsity versus JV when he was on the ice. Specifically on Monday, was it the Michigan Tech game, I think? He literally was just like, people were bouncing off of him. He was flying up and down the ice. He probably played like 25 minutes both games. But like some of the plays that he was making below the goal line, like even plays that don't translate into goals or like don't turn into goals or points or whatever, like the net front presence, how much of a dog he was in the forecheck. He like usually, but well, not usually, but when he was at Wisconsin, nothing was going well. Like he would start a scrum and then end up getting like thrown out of the game just by like hitting people hard. He was starting scrubs and the camera went to his face for one of them. And like guys were trying to get after him. He was just like back skating, laughing. And the refs were like, yeah, you're fine. He was like, I didn't do anything. But like, it was just him being a shit disturber, but like clean. But like guys were trying to get after him and like could not touch him. But he obviously lit it up. I think it was 4 goals and an assist in those 2 games. So now he's well over, what is it, 23 in 18 games? Yeah, let me actually pull it up. 10 goals, 13 assists, 23 points in 18 games this year. And again,
it's right here on the screen for you.
Oh, I have my prospect doc up anyways. So, but either way, like I was curious to see what he would look like without Martone, without guys like Riker Lee, Van Saggy there, and like holy shit, like, he was so much better than every single other player on the ice. Like super noticeable. Even there are games where like he's being effective, but like it's the little plays that he makes like during the course of the season. But this weekend specifically, like he had to step up with those guys out, and he did, and obviously like it turned into those goals. And I think his coach literally was like, I've never coached someone like Charlie Stramel as far as like how good he is net front. Like he is the best net front player I've ever fucking coached. And it was like just watching it this weekend especially was insane. Like I mean, he's just like, you can't move him. But so again, just more of the same since he's got to Michigan State. But like this weekend specifically, like it really, really stood out. Like every time he stepped on the ice, he was noticeable. And obviously it translated into 5 points.
And we're going to continue the theme of the show, apparently, like what a couple of years can do. We went from people ready to murder Bill Guerin and Charlie Stramel over that draft selection and literally go and like perform whatever kind of services you want on Gabe Perreault to now, like, I've seen people come out and say that Charlie Stramel should be untouchable in trades. Like, how can we make that much of a 180? That's insane, but like it is just awesome, and it's a testament to like what this kid has done. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, and I mean, again, like a testament to Michigan State because I remember I was talking to.
Is it a testament to Michigan State as much as it's a testament against Wisconsin? Like
Michigan
is more
State.
true?
Yeah, no. The only reason I even mentioned Michigan State specifically is like I forget who I was talking to, but like they were like, you should see how they fucking run this program. It's insane.
Well, I believe it. I'm not disagreeing with that. I am not pushing back. I'm just, for him specifically, was it more the benefit of Michigan State or just the benefit of getting the hell out of Wisconsin?
Probably, I mean, both, but Michigan State, I think, still is. I would lean Michigan State. It's also the fact that he's played for Nightingale before, so
yeah.
It was always going to be a better situation. That was fuck those 2 years of Wisconsin. Oh my god,
yeah, that's tough.
He went too early to the worst place possible. Like, this is not going to work.
And then a coach came in who didn't believe his AARP card.
I'm sorry, you're what? I heard teen at the end of your fuck off.
The other non-World Junior prospect that we need to talk about, because I had a couple people asking in comments on YouTube. Let's get into Aaron Pionk and what has or hasn't been happening for him.
Yeah, I mean, it took up until a couple weeks ago at his first point. It's been weird. You would think, like, especially with Duluth going off this year and playing so well, that like, given how he was producing last year, you would assume the numbers would have stayed the same. Like, obviously, I think he just has like a 1, maybe 2 points now. But I think it was like the first weekend of December he got his first point of the season. Again, like a lot of those points last year came on the power play. A lot of them were like second assists, which even then, like it's still relevant. Like shot assists are a thing. But I mean, I think his role has just decreased somewhat this year versus last year. Like again, like that team got a lot better in the course of one off season. But even then, like he still notice when you watch him, like he makes a lot of little plays, but he's not used as much on the power play this season. So like when you watch it, like, it makes a little bit more sense. I don't think he's been like bad or anything. That being said, one of the first results on fucking Twitter, if you look up Aaron Pionk, it is that fucking Twitter page, NHL follow tracker. Minnesota Wild started following 0 and unfollowed 1. Unfollowed Aaron Pionk. I was like, fuck. God damn it, dude. So watch out. He is on the block. He's on the trade. So I remember that when this Twitter page came up, I'd be like, this is going to start some breakups, divorce. This would be a problem for a lot of people. I'm going to admit I had no idea this page existed. Oh, yeah. No,
now I need ridiculous. It in my life.
They are all over it.
What's it called?
NHL follow tracker.
NHL follow tracker. Oh my goodness.
It's literally December 30th. Minnesota Wild started following 0, unfollowed 1, unfollowed.
I am absolutely setting notifications for this one.
Some of them have been really funny too. But anyways, also I love like the hashtag. One of the hashtags in that tweet that the Aaron Pionk unfollowed or whatever, like NHL Global Series. I was like, what? How did that hashtag end up in there? What are we doing?
Callum Ritchie started following 2 and unfollowed 0. Oh man, this is gonna take me down a dark hole. Okay, we're moving past this. But Bo Horvat following David Riddick. What up? Let's talk then. Oh, you are. Oh, wow. I looked away and then looked back and it looked like you were gone.
I was just picking something up off the floor.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Minnesota boys in World Juniors. Let's start with Adam Benak. Number one, he's very fun. But I want to know, like, what were you expecting and needing to see from him coming into this tournament? And have you seen it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I came in saying, like, I need to see this from Benak. I was kind of just curious to see what he would look like. Like, when you look at his international track record, it's insane. Specifically, like, his numbers at the Hlinka, I think this is, like, his second, or maybe it's even his third World Junior at this point. I was curious to see what line he'd be on, who he'd be playing with. I still think, like, Czechia is just really fucking good. They're a very fun team at this tournament. albeit a little bit inconsistent. By the way, it's a joke that Thomas Galvis still has not been drafted. That's insane to me, but that's a whole other discussion. But I was curious to see what he would look like at even strength, who he'd be playing with. Again, he makes a lot of little plays, and like some of the passes that he pulled off in that first game, those 2 assists that he had in that game against Canada, game 1, like he is so fucking good. So obviously the numbers aren't going to pop off the page right now. I think he's right around a point per game. Actually, I'm not sure exactly how many points he's got now, but that Team Czechia is just very fun. So I didn't really come in saying I need to see this from him. You kind of just like know what you have with him, but like he's such a good passer. The playmaking's it's just like at an elite level again. Like,
so I feel like your opinion hasn't changed. It's just
yeah. You just see
It
more like it's always just like fun actually watching him on TV versus like streaming him on fucking like my computer. But like what I love watching with the power play though, like some of the passes he pulls off. Some of the like there are times where he's just like throwing some insane feeds out front, and like clearly the dude who he's passing to is just like has no clue the puck's coming. And he's just like that's the thing with him. He thinks like 2-3 plays ahead. Like he knows where he wants to go with it before he gets the puck. So he's just a very proactive, smart player, and it really pops on that power play. But this World Juniors in general has just been fucking awesome. By the way, like this has been the close. Like obviously there's been the occasional blowout, but pretty much a majority of the games have been super competitive. So like it's fun.
And it's been high event too. It's not just that it's like there's a couple that haven't been, which like I asked this on Twitter. I didn't get much engagement on it. Shocking, but like, is Canada versus Latvia at World Juniors like now a top 5 rivalry in hockey?
I mean, I think like watching the difference between that game and then the next day Latvia played was Finland, I think. And like they had nothing in the tank and like just got their doors blown off. But like you watch them against Canada, they're hitting everything that moves. They're keeping up. Again, they tie it up late and then lose in the overtime. But like they're so good. They give you everything they have against Canada. And I think they literally
also play them the right way. Like their structure is like perfect for suffocating Canada, and they fucking hate it.
Yeah. Exactly. No, it's very funny how it translates so well against Canada at this fucking tournament.
Yeah,
but I thought they were gonna pull it off, dude. I thought
too.
They were going. I was like, I feel like at this point, this is just the thing that's gonna happen every fucking year.
Canada is gonna be so bummed if Latvia's in their group next year, or actually it's better because then they can't play them in the quarters. But other Minnesota guy, which did not play in the game against Canada last night, but Aaron Kiviharju. Another guy that's like, I don't know what I really expect here. It's more, I don't want him to regress. Like, I don't know if there's much more he can do at this tournament.
Right. I mean, he's played in so many of these games. Again, like multiple Holinkas, multiple World Juniors. Like, he's pretty much been the first name picked for Team Finland at the junior level so far. So I kind of just wanted to see him. I kind of just wanted to see him just like take advantage and pop. And I think there's definitely been flashes where he has. And then just like the thing with Team Finland is like they play such a fucking like structured, slow, like break you down type of game. And then all of a sudden they'll have the occasional just like eye popping play or whatever. So I think he's been good, but like, again, like it's tough knowing what you really want to see from him at the World Juniors. Like, I don't think there's going to be someone on Team Finland that's just going to like take the tournament, just like take it over themselves. It's just like not the way they play. It's a very structured, team oriented game. But like, again, watch him in the power play. Such a good passer. And again, like, especially like defending against the rush, he's solid. Like, he's just a good player, but it's been a weird year, weird couple of years for him since that injury in his draft season. So I think you're probably like wanting to see a little bit more. Again, player of the game in the first game, put like 26 minutes. So he's been good. It's just like you said, it's kind of tough to know exactly what you're looking for. It's just like you don't want him to like stick out for the wrong reasons, which he hasn't. That being said, they played Czechia. That overtime goal, holy fuck! First of all, fucking year check. Oh my god, between the legs. That was, I think, Like, honestly, that overtime goal, if the IIHF came out and said, we are banning Finland from this tournament for that defending, I'd be like, I support that. That was shocking. They were all like at the blue line. I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? Did you forget there was another guy? It's 3-on-3. What are you doing?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's just get into World Juniors as a whole then. We can... I feel like we have to start, just for sake of me keeping my thoughts together and just how insane it was. Like, we got to talk about last night's game, USA and Sweden. I took all the generations there. It was me, the old man, and the toddler all went. Logan was buzzing, by the way.
Hell yeah.
He in the past like week and a half, he finally, like, don't get me wrong, he's not going to sit at home and like watch hockey with me. But like he will like come up to me randomly and be like,
he's gonna get a chair on this podcast. Yeah,
he'll come up to me and he's like, Ati, and that means he wants me to find one of his mini hockey sticks and he just wants to like pretend to hit a ball. And like,
I love that,
dude. He's too smart to the point now where if he thinks that like it's gonna be nap time or bedtime soon, and like we're like, nope, we're gonna turn off your show, like whatever. Paw Patrol is definitely number one right now for him, which I figure you would appreciate because it's all dogs, but. And he literally just will be like, arf, 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 arf. And like, he'll just say that until we turn it on. But he knows that like, if it's like bedtime or nap time, or if I'm like mad, he'll just be like, he'll point at the TV, be like, Ati? I'm like, you son of a bitch.
I love that.
But that was the weirdest game, not only to like watch on TV, but like to attend. I haven't been to such a weird swing of a game, because the first period, Team USA owned Sweden.
It was weird until that first goal. Also, the first 10 minutes of that fucking first period were hockey porn.
Yes.
Like, that was high event hockey, end to end, massive hits. They were killing each other. I love that, like, because especially given like the U18s a couple years ago and then that gold medal game in Sweden. This is they hate.
No, this is the rivalry. And it's funny, dude. There's a guy next to me because at the end of the game, anyone that didn't know, Sweden won 6-3. At the end of the game, the captain like goes and like kind of loops through USA's zone and is like mouthing off a bit. And the guy next to me is like, what a classless piece of shit. And I just look over and I'm like, so you didn't see what we did in Sweden after the gold medal game against Sweden?
You didn't see Lane Hutson.
The guy's like, no, but I believe you. Stop. Sorry.
Also, Lane Hutson, 5'8", fist fighting at the final buzzer. What's his face? Albert Johansson, who's like 6'6", and Hutson is just throwing bombs. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna get banned from fucking international hockey.
Dude, I posted the "Oh Mama, Don't You Cry" from that on TikTok. And I've already had like 5 Swedes go and comment on it, like 6-3, suck it. And I'm like, wow, you've been waiting for this moment. Good for you, winning in the prelims when we're missing our best defenseman, one of our best forwards, and we don't have a goalie.
Yeah.
But also, all these things can be true. The reffing was diabolical. Like, I want to punch all of them in the face. Sweden also outplayed us and owned us, and I have never seen a more clinical display of a power play in my life. They dissected USA. Now, I will say, though, and I know you wanted to get into Bob Motzko. We can certainly get into some of that. His timeout was magnificent. Mm-hmm. That kill, 5-on-3, until they scored with 1 second left, which, of course, that stings a little bit. They were amazing. They were all over them. They smothered them. But outside of that, Sweden's power play, tic-tac-toe, they put it wherever the heck they wanted. There was always a guy open back door. It was nuts.
Dude, they're clicking at like 56% right now. This team, like the team Sweden, again, we came into the years like Canada's a favorite, but Sweden absolutely is in that, like, they could challenge. Again, the thing it's so weird with Team Sweden, the fucking World Juniors, like how good they are in the prelims, and then like just don't end up medaling or losing. And like if they do, it's like silver.
So are we in agreement? We'll save it. We'll save it. Actually, the real question that we have to answer now, this comes from Austin Leslie. Who's going to start the USA in goal? Because I'm terrified no matter what the answer is.
Yeah, I felt bad for Nolan last night.
He got put in a tough spot.
Yeah, I mean, he's up against it. You're down your best defenseman. Team Sweden is just a fucking machine. Youngest player for USA in I don't even know how long at this point. And happens to be a goalie in a year where you basically are like, what? Well, they've now used every goalie that they brought, which is crazy. That never happens. And like he made some big saves too. It's just like Lucas Pettersson. First of all, I fucking love him. I love that he sniped and then did the fucking like the pettiness. I am here for it. I love it. We all need it. I love this fucking rivalry now. I had a feeling that this is going to be like, honestly, like again, 6-3 score at one point. It looked like a blowout, but like,
yeah,
dude, the thing with this Team USA is like, it's so funny how even last year too, like obviously guys like Hutson, Leonard, like they're going off, they're getting all the points, but like every time you need a momentum changing shift, the past few years, it's been like their third or fourth line. Like this fucking Spellacy, McMorrow, and Zellers line is nuts. And like Spellacy was a psycho last night, dude.
And I loved it.
He's so good.
After that fucking delay of game call, I thought everyone was gonna kill everyone.
Yeah, I literally was like, oh, this is gonna be a gong show.
Yeah, dude. I think for me is that game just showed me like USA can absolutely hang with anyone. If you look at the first period, they got off their game, and yes, like goaltending didn't help. There were a couple of letdowns where like USA needed to be better, but you saw so many instances where it's like, oh yeah, this team can freaking go. I love LJ Mooney so much.
Yeah, it's crazy too because like obviously I don't know how many points he has now.
He's had so many chances.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like even when games where you're like you haven't.
I needed him to score on that one at the beginning of the game where the two Swedes collided. Oh, right off the post. That if he had scored that, I'm pretty sure the roof would have come off.
Yeah, but like it's so funny too. Like even games where like if you out loud or even think like I haven't really noticed LJ Mooney. He will literally, it's like he hears you and he steps over and he just goes Sports Center top 10 mode. I'm like, oh my God. And some of the plays that he could, like, that's someone that just like can create offense. Like when you have nothing, you just need one play to get you going. Like he will make a highlight reel play, whether it goes in or not. But like,
is there anyone in this tournament who is better at the ISO zone entry? Like, you cannot stop him. He is so slippery. And then he's going to do 5 laps around the zone before deciding what to do. And no one's stopping him. Man, if he was 6 feet tall, like top 5, top 10 pick in that draft. Like,
yeah, he's one of the
so goddamn good. And selfishly, like, I'm sorry, long-term LJ, and I shouldn't be saying this as your dreaming adoptive father, but like, I'm glad that he's a little smaller because it means we're getting 3 or 4 years out of him at the U.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Because otherwise he's a one and done like his cousin. Like
he's so fucking good, dude.
It's the talent, and it's just we've talked about this endlessly, so we won't go on with it. But like, it's just the way he sees the game. He is my forward Kalen Addison, where it's just like it's not like the skill is one thing. He sees the ice differently, and he just hits seams where other people aren't.
Yeah, I mean, and like his ability to manipulate the opposition and create lanes, especially like on that power play, it's incredible. It's like we talked about, or we were just talking about Adam Benak, and like some of the like he's also in that tier of like he thinks the game 2-3 plays ahead, and like he'll start firing off passes when like whoever he's passed to isn't even aware that puck might be coming soon. So like he could have even more, like he could have more points both at Minnesota and at this tournament. But like some of the plays he's able to make by himself are just incredible. But like just he's so fun. But I've just been impressed with this Team USA overall. Like again, like even that game, like even last night, that's the game against Sweden. Like realistically, the score looked like it was going to get out of hand, but they were pushing and they don't have an off button, and like they pushed that fucking pace. And it's funny too. You look at almost all of the goals that they've had scored against them, it's just really fucking bad turnovers. Like, that's the thing. Like, they'll be playing really well, and it's just like one failed exit, one turnover, like breaking out of the zone, and like obviously at that point you got like a 3-on-1. But there have been a few times, like that first game, was it Slovakia? Was that no, that wasn't the first game. Germany. It was the same thing. Like, they had a few of those plays where it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, some of these bad turnovers, which is like,
granted,
it's a young team.
Germany.
Yeah. And it's just like a young team. But like some of the, like, also like the back end, like a lot of guys that this is their first World Juniors. By the way, Chase Reid, holy shit, what a player. Oh my God. He's firmly now in the first overall discussion.
Can I complain? It is very rude that Canada and USA have Chase Reid and Cameron Reid. It's really messed with my brain to remember which one was which.
Yeah. And now that like that's like two of their most used defense, but yeah.
Yeah, they've both been all over the place. Let's veer from specifically USA now, and I got two lists that we need to come up with. Top 3, top 5, however you want to break it down. I want to know tournament as a whole, who are the best players so far, and I want to then do it specifically for draft eligibles, kind of off that list that you had sent over to me for just like the guys to watch. I want to know who has impressed the most. So do you want to start with tournament as a whole, or do you want to start with draft eligibles?
Let's do tournament as a whole.
Okay.
I mean, Adam Yurchek, holy shit. Like,
he's number one. He has to be. He has to be, right?
Yeah, he's been the best defense in this tournament so far. Like, obviously, Zane Parekh has had some ridiculous fucking goals, which the tweets that I've sent
He's
out.
He's not even my number one for Canada, though.
No, I know, but just the goals that Parekh is scoring are so sick. Those are the most infuriating replies I've ever seen. Ever. I'm like, that is fucking outrageous from Zane Parekh. And they're like, seeing eye shot, not impressive. And I'm like, oh, 50-year-old guy, let me go check out what you've ever said about Zane Parekh. It's like, why are we talking about? Okay, never mind. Like, okay, that's why you don't like him.
I'm going to ask the question that I've asked before because they both look great right now. But like, would Calgary and Utah benefited from flipping their draft selections there? Get Tija Ginla to Calgary and get Parekh, the power play quarterback, the offensive-minded defenseman that Utah would love to have.
I mean, you look at some of the guys Utah's got coming. I don't think it's going to be a big problem.
Either way, there's a problem. Yeah. All right, we can move past that. So, number one, we agree unanimously, Adam Yurchek. I want to know who your next couple are because I've got a couple and I know who one of yours is. I'm more curious to know from Canada, who's Canada's best player, because I thought coming in that this would be their best player. Not like I was like, plant my flag, he absolutely will be, but like I kind of had it in the back of my mind and everyone's like shocked that he's been their best player from what I'm seeing. And again, maybe not best because this is my opinion, but like a lot of people are surprised at how much of an impact this one player has made.
I mean, I've loved every shift from Tija Ginla. Like,
okay. He looked great against Finland. Like, he really stood out to me in that game. But tournament as a whole, it's Michael Hage for me.
Yeah.
He was so good.
Literally the only thing that you feel is like he's like 23% the face-off. Like, I don't care.
I don't give a shit.
If that's what we're nitpicking, like, he's been a game breaker. Like, almost every shit. Like, some of the plays he's making, the shot, like the pass, like, he is just, especially when they got that power play, it's like, watch out. Like,
well, dude, I don't watch USHL, right? Like, his draft year, you were gushing about him, and then his first year with Michigan, like, he was out a lot of the year with injury. He's a man possessed this year. He's scary. He scares the crap out of me.
Yeah, no, he's insane. He's been their best player.
He's my number 2 in the tournament behind.
Yeah, just what he could do. Another guy like by himself could make plays, could create offense. He flies up and down the ice, tons of skill. He's got a ridiculous, like, just the deceptive shot too. Like one of those where it's just like on his off foot, off the rush. Like if you deceive the goalie, you don't even know you're gonna shoot, and then he just goes fucking bar Mexico. It's like, okay, well, there it is. This guy's unbelievable. Makes me sick. Fucking Montreal Canadiens. God damn it.
Yeah. Go off, King. Tell me who the best American is. I'm going to give you the floor.
So this is what I am. This is what when I was like, remind me about the comment about Bob Motzko. I've seen so many, even the commentators were like, to think Bob Motzko didn't want this guy to the team. Like, what do you mean? They called him in. Like, he's on the team. Like, he picked him. Like, what are you talking about? He's literally here.
I thought for sure you were going to say, of course, Bob Motzko puts him on the fourth line. I'm like, you don't know what an honor it is to be on Bob Motzko's fourth line. People are the greatest fourth line ever assembled is Jimmy Clark between Connor Kurth and Matthew Wood.
Like, it's the best bit. Motzko's fourth line is everyone else's first line. Like, it's like, especially the usage. But yeah, I mean, Will Zellers. First of all, it was really cool. I don't know if anyone follows Brad Elliott Schlossman, big college hockey guy out of North Dakota, but he was tweeting, was like, never got to play in the Minnesota, like never played at these in these buildings for the Minnesota like state tour, whatever. Like these are the first few games that he's played, and he's just taken full advantage. Very cool that he got last minute invite, left off that initial roster, but like gets invited and has not disappointed. Obviously makes the team, and now he's got. It was funny last night. Gets USA Player of the Game. The only game where the goal that he scored wasn't a game winner. Like his 3 game-winning goals, and like last night finally gets the fucking Player of the Game. But just been so good again. Just a nose for the net. Even like again, like sometimes people look at the goals that he scores, where he's just like directly in front of it. That's not hard. I'm like, yeah, well, you have to be there. Like he has a nose for the net, knows where to be. Again, a guy that's not afraid to shoot from anywhere and has that motor. And it's just like kind of the epitome of this team is that line with him, McMorrow, and Spellacy, just like nonstop up and down the ice. And he's just been great. So I'm very happy for Will Zellers. Thrilled. It's very jarring to watch a World Juniors where Bruins prospects are doing literally anything or are even in the tournament. Like I'm not used to this. So
yeah,
he's been great.
As a Pittsburgh guy, I can certainly relate. I have to real quick interrupt because I'm addicted now to NHL Follow Tracker. Travis Sanheim started following Canadian Olympic team. Oh, I love it so much.
It's all tough.
Okay. I need at least one more because you are Mr. Sweden. Who has been Mr. Sweden?
I have loved Viggo Bjork.
I was hoping that you'd go off on Is he a draft son?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like firmly, he will be one of your 3 draft sons.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so, but you've kind of wavered since like making bigger declarations in the summer. So I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, he's been great. Has he been their best player?
I think he's probably been their most consistent guy. Like they've had a few games where they had 1 or 2 or Frondell. I mean,
his shot is just scary.
It's not
4
fair.
to 6 years, Chicago. Suck it.
4 to 6 years. Yeah. He's been so fucking good, but I think Bjork has just been consistently good every fucking game, regardless of what. Like they've shook up their lines for a few games. Yeah. Just trying to figure out exactly what the right combo is, but like whoever he's playing with, like again. We talked about he's an undersized, draft eligible, super young, but he will be a top 6 guy on this fucking Team Sweden, which is one of the best teams and has a chance to win gold. And he's been so fucking good. So the plays he makes, again, for a guy his size, he is just like not afraid of mixing it up, getting into the shit, not afraid to go in net front. Really good middle of the ice. Like he's just so fucking good. So he's been great. So I think he's been their most consistent guy. I was curious to see what their defensemen, like how this would shake out for them, because like obviously no ASP, it's going to look a lot different. They've just gotten some contributions from everyone, and I'm like specifically like Carroll's played top, like he's undrafted, he's played top pair minutes, and like he's been fine, like he's been good. So I like another guy that I wonder if sometimes in this tournament, especially like guys that go undrafted, like this could be a big time like. Finally, everyone's watching. I have a lot of scouts watching, and I think he's put himself in a position maybe to get drafted down the line. I put him in the same. I mean, like I think Thomas Galvis should have been fucking drafted. I had him like 50s in his draft year. It's crazy that he's not drafted. But I thought they've just been all around so fucking good on that back end. Alphonse Frey in that first game against Slovakia, some of the fucking plays he made. He brought his dancing shoes to this fucking tournament. Holy shit. And then like you've seen a ton of flashes with Boumediene. It's just this team Sweden up and down. Like the one question mark that they have too is the goalie. But Harrison's been good.
The one they played last night looked great.
Yeah, that was such a brutal. I understood the embellishment call because like he had been flopping the whole game. And like that was, well, it's also like, Zellers went flying through the crease and like did make contact. Like probably at least should have been both of them going. Like,
see, but
the fact that it went like this, it was this thing.
Talk about really stupid arguments. See, I will till my last breath say that there should never be both. It should either be embellishment or it should be a penalty. Like either it was a penalty that warrants being called a penalty, or they embellished to get attention and it was a borderline call. Like you can't embellish if it was truly a penalty in my mind. It's like I don't care how much you dramatize it to get attention. If it was a penalty, it should be a penalty and called as such. If it's borderline or not a penalty, and the person tries to get the ref to call it, screw you, go to the box. Like I don't like send both.
It's like a you get into a argument with your partner, and you're just like, yeah, I was wrong, but you're being really annoying about this. like okay, come on. Like all right, now you're wrong a little bit.
Can we agree that we're both assholes? No,
no, never.
Russo will fight me till the end on that one, though. He does not agree with me on that. So let's talk then. Well, actually, before we go into these matchups, which we're coming tight on time, I've probably got like 15 more minutes. I want you to just give me for the NHL draft. Has there been any movement? Like, do you have a new number one? Is it still McKenna? And give me your top 3 performers that are draft eligible. Like just this tournament alone, if you only watch this tournament, who would be your top 3?
I mean, I think because I'm at the point now where depending on what day you ask me, I've got a different top like 4 for this draft. I think McKenna's just been really good.
You've got the same top 4, but those 4 shuffle, or
Chase Reid's in there now.
Wow. Okay.
Over Yurov.
Oh, Yurov's out of your top 4. Okay.
Not out of them, but like Reid's in there, and then,
so Reid is your number 1 defenseman, undoubtedly.
I think he is just like the overall game. Like again, Yurov has a lot of like when he's on his game at North. Obviously, we've seen him one game now for Canada, but he has a lot of really like he's got all the tools and all the potential and like everything in his bag that you want on it for a top pair D-man. It's just a lot like chaotic, unpredictable. So like I think over time, once he gets like the habits, like better habits, better decision making, more consistency, like he's going to be a top pair guy. But like Chase Reid gives you that already.
And of course he's going to fucking Michigan State.
Yeah, of course it is. But Chase Reid, Michigan State, unbelievable. The rich get richer. If he even goes to fucking college, which I think he should do 1 year. But anyways, I think just because I think McKenna's been really good. Like I've seen a ton. Like the thing with him is just like when you take it first overall, you're taking that like the game breaking upside. Like he's not gonna be a guy that dominates 2-way. He's not a center, obviously.
Yeah.
But God, the what he's on and he makes those plays like it's game breaking. So you're drafting a player for that individual talent and like that game breaking ability. So
is it a discussion between him and Ivar Stenberg, or is it still like are you pretty firmly on McKenna?
No, I think it's absolutely it's definitely a conversation. So like again, there are days where I'm taking Stenberg because I just think he doesn't really have any weaknesses in his game overall. And like what he's doing as a pro in Sweden is a joke. But I think but like for now, I might still have McKenna there and then Stenberg and then probably either Chase Reid.
Okay. Cool.
Maybe between so like realistically the big shakeup, not big shakeup, but like my 3, 4, 5 is some combination of like Lawrence, Verhoff, and Reid.
Okay.
And like again, but that's what's fun about this draft now too. Is again, it's another year where there's actual discussion. This top 10. Yeah.
And I want to know what is the ceiling? What is the highest Viggo Bjork can go?
I would be shocked if someone takes him top 10.
Okay.
And realistically, he probably ends up somewhere. I think he goes first round.
Yeah, but he's probably like 15.
Maybe even later. Because again, this is definitely the year of the defenseman. There's a ton of high end D-men in this draft class.
So let's talk about one of them. What have you not liked about Albert Smits?
I love Albert Smits, and that fucking interview.
He's a baller.
He doesn't have a favorite player. I'm like, this guy is the best, dude. He's like, I don't know. I don't have a favorite player. I was like, I love him. He's just a machine. Like he's full on all out like chaos.
Well, and then on the opposite side, you do have Viggo Bjork, who's like, yeah, I've tried to model my game after Sidney Crosby. It's like, all right, that's a bold proclamation to make. But yeah, I mean, Smits, he gonna be the best Latvian player.
He's gonna be the highest drafted Latvian. He's gonna again, I think in this tournament, it's always tough for a team like Latvia, where it's like they've got also the progression of hockey in Latvia has been fucking awesome. Like, obviously, they had that at the World Championships, huge. It was like another tournament for them where they're really popping. And Riga is always nuts.
Yeah.
So it's very cool to see. Now they've got, obviously, since the whole KHL issue, now they've got their league back up and running, and they're continuing to grow. But Albert Smits, playing 16 to 20 minutes a night in fucking Liga, a beast. He's so good. He's gonna push himself into that top 5 conversation. No questions asked. It's always tough for this tournament to stand out for them, though.
So is your top 3 in this tournament go Reid, Bjork, Smits? Am I reading the tea leaves correctly, or is there someone else?
Stenberg's been a beast too. He's been really good.
Where would you slot him? Give me your top 5. Give me your top 5 then, in order. Just this
draft
tournament.
Eligibles at this tournament.
Yep.
I probably go. I think Reid's been the best performer. Then probably Bjork, Stenberg, McKenna, Smits.
Okay, so you got McKenna over Smits.
But one that I don't remember if he was on the list that I sent you. I don't think he was. I was shocked afterwards that I forgot to put him in that top 10. Shranko from Slovakia. I mean, he's co-leading goal scorer this tournament. He's got a fucking absolute rifle.
Remember when Servac Petrovsky was sick at this tournament?
Yeah. I can't believe they didn't even give him a contract. That's crazy. But Franco's been awesome. And Slovakia is just such a fucking young team, and they've got a bunch of individual players that can give you problems. So they're gonna be a tough out. But Franco's also just he's right there with them though. That shot, he's scoring goals. He stands out on that really young Slovakian team. So he's been really good.
Okay. Fair. It's a good list. Yeah. It's a good list. All right. Well, let's just get into the meat and potatoes then before we wrap. The
all banger games. Every game is going to be a banger 100%. Game.
And you know what's funny to me though? There isn't a bad game here. I would argue that the most lopsided game is Sweden versus Latvia, which means Sweden will probably lose it, because that's it feels like that's how it always goes. Is the most lopsided one is the one that ends up being the upset, right?
Yeah. Or it's just
USA
if they pull it off.
USA gets fucked by this. They get the toughest matchup for a team that was a top 2. Finland, god damn, that sucks.
Yeah. And I mean, again, Finland is just doing what they always do at this tournament, just a pain in the fucking ass to play. That game last time was great against Canada.
No, they played really well, and they've been spotty though. They've picked their spots. They've either been really good or they've looked awful. And tell you what, they're not gonna have much for shots. That's just never gonna be their game.
Meat and potato, drag you into the mud. Neutral zone war.
The lineup here for everybody that's going to be watching, whether from home or going out to any of the games, 1:00 local time, Sweden versus Latvia. Then we've got 3:30, Czechia versus Switzerland, who they've actually surprised me in this tournament. I didn't expect much out of them, and they've played pretty well. This is a year where the two fighting for relegation are clearly the worst. And I got to ask you this, because my dad asked me and I actually didn't know the answer. If you are the relegated team, can you still get in next year? Can you win your way in, or are you just out of the conversation?
You're out next year.
You are for sure out next year. You cannot win your way in. Okay. Good to know. I did not know that. So then we've got the 5:00 game, which I love the USA playing at 5. That's just great for me, especially taking my kid to the game. That worked out great. USA against Finland. What a brutal fucking slotting. And then the last game we've got at 7:30, Canada versus Slovakia. So looking at this whole field, like what excites you the most for these matchups tomorrow? Like what's the game that you're going to be glued to for X reason? And just break it down for me. How do you see this unfolding? What are the medal round matchups and who takes what medal?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously I'm going to be specifically glued to that USA Finland game just because I think it's going to be the best game overall, like most competitive.
On paper.
Again. Yeah, on paper. But I also, again, just because I have all the love of the world for Latvia and Sweden, so that's going to be another one that I'm like, I'll be glued to the TV for that.
Yeah.
But again, I'm just so like overall big picture. What I'm most excited about is just like the fact that all of these matchups rock. Like I don't think there might be a blowout, who knows? But like this is just like how this tournament's gone all tournament. It's just been really good. The most competitive one we've had in a while. So that's exciting. Ultimately, again, I think Sweden wins. I'll take Czechia. I think USA pulls it off. It's going to be a fucking war. But weirdly, this USA team, because of the star, like it's just like the overall talent that they don't have from last year and years past, I think they're weirdly equipped to get in the mud against Finland. They can't take all these stupid penalties though. And they can't just like continue turning the fucking pucks over. Because yeah, that's the thing. It's like I feel like USA is ready to get in the mud and go to war, the neutral zone against Finland, like more so than they have in years past. But when I look at like what the goals they've given up and some of the bad decisions they made, like, oh wait, that's what Finland also capitalizes on. So it might be just a fucking war, and a few bad decisions could cost USA. And I think that Canada-Slovakia game, like Slovakia's just got a bunch of guys that are really fun. And again, I think one of the youngest teams ever in this tournament. But I think that'll be like a really fun game. So, but I think obviously Canada takes it. I gotta pull up the fucking. Why am I?
So, can I just say it'd be a lie to say I don't care, but we'll just say for sake of argument, I don't care whether it's like which one's the gold, silver, which one's bronze, not bronze, but I need the final slate of games to be USA, Sweden, and Canada, Czechia.
Yeah.
Because I think those make for the most fun matchups. Like I think I'm sure most people want to see Sweden, Canada because they're the two best teams, but like the battle, the hate, the snarl, and the way they match up against each other, I need both of those matchups to happen. So whether it's USA Sweden for gold or USA Sweden for bronze, I just like that would be the most fun outcome to watch.
Yes, 100%.
And it works out great that we are gonna get USA Canada regardless, unless one of them gets upset in the first round. But like you're getting that matchup no matter what. It won't be the gold medal game like everyone wants it to be. And to be honest, I don't care.
As long as they play, yeah.
I need USA, Sweden, and I need Czechia, Canada.
Because that Canada Czechia game was a fucking. I
thought Czechia was going to take it, and to be honest, that's my. I'll go bold. I think gold goes to Czechia, silver goes to Canada, bronze goes to US.
I love that.
That's my pick, and Sweden 4th place. Sad.
Damn it.
And I have no I know there's bad blood between them and USA. Like I have no I think Sweden is such a fun hockey nation. Like they're always fun to watch, but they can never get it done once we get into the bracket. And I do think even though the score didn't show it, like Sweden and USA are way more even than that game represented. And if they get Cole Hutson back and there's just that much piss and vinegar from the back, like I think USA can handle the let's all be pieces of shit better than Sweden can.
Yeah, I think it's also it becomes different with that history. Like again, I had a feeling that USA Sweden game was going to be pretty lopsided in Sweden's favor. I thought USA game was actually way more competitive than I anticipated.
And again, that first period was just insane.
It was so good. That was just so good. But I love the fact that Sweden, like Lucas Pettersson doing the celly, and just doing all the same celebrations that fucking like it's so fucking good. I love them for it.
If you're gonna give it, you gotta take it. Like I
100%.
respect the hell out of Sweden in our barn being like, yeah, fuck you guys. Like,
dude, when
we
Pedersen,
were beyond diabolical in Sweden. That like
it was like too much. I was like,
too
all right,
mean, too
I was
mean.
like, fellas, what are we doing? Like, this is crazy. Like blowing a kiss to the crowd. What are you insane? But yeah, I love it. I'm gonna go out on a limb, not really on a limb because they're one of the favorites. I think Sweden's gonna finally do it.
So Sweden and USA are gonna be the gold medal game. That's sick. Okay,
give it to me. Yeah.
Here's the fun question that I hear people ask a lot, and I actually don't know the answer. Do you want silver or bronze?
I feel like you might want bronze.
Like,
you know,
go
like
out on a win, which is fun, but then it's also like you want to be in the championship game, but then you're sad and it's like ruined. Like, I don't know the answer because I feel like if you're a real competitor, you have to say silver because you want to be in that championship game, even though you fall short. But like, as far as like the fan perspective, if you are like promised that you're getting one or the other, like it's probably a more fun experience to get bronze.
Yeah,
like,
going out on a win. Like,
and I want to be clear. Still riding with my boys. USA can win this tournament. Coming in, if you just told me they were going to medal, I'd be like, fuck yeah, that's a win. Given like everything that they've lost and like what the roster construction is, and mostly just like not having a solidified goalie, I would be like, yep, awesome. Sign me up. That's great. Not having Plant, not having Hutson, big problems. I need Hutson back, and Plant doesn't sound like he's coming back.
Right. Yeah.
Which I didn't even see what happened to him, if I'm being honest. So.
Yeah. I don't even remember the play because I remember he got popped like in the first or second game, but like he was fine after that. Like he was fine.
So yeah, I was shocked when I looked at the list of who's not playing, and I saw Max Plant. I'm like, why the fuck not? Like what?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Bob's comments after the game, it's like, yep, Cole Hutson, what are the odds that he plays on Friday? Pretty good, decent, solid. How about Max Plant?
Nope.
Not solid. It's like, God damn it. Now, granted, if I got to pick one or the other, Cole Hutson is absolutely the difference maker, but like Max Plant he owns college hockey right now.
Yeah. He also
when you owns that arena.
Yeah. Like also like the epitome of like USA World Juniors being just like dog mentality hockey. Like, yeah, throw Plant over the fucking boards. What do you need? He's got it. But yeah, what a fucking best tournament in the world though, and this year especially, the fact that it's been so competitive, it's been fucking awesome. It's been very fun hockey, so I love it.
And I gotta say, for watching USA lose 6-3, like I couldn't ask for a more fun and enjoyable 6-3 loss.
Yeah,
10.
it was great.
Like, that was an awesome game to go to. Just a bummer that it went the wrong way, obviously. But
if they fully killed that 5-on-3, that
game. Which they came so close, dude. That was that right there, though. I was like, okay, I don't care how this game ends. Like, we got something. We're good. Yeah, dude. If we can just get average goaltending, like USA can do this for sure. It's just, I don't know if they can get that for sure.
Yeah. Also, just last note on USA, like obviously Riker Lee had a brutal first game ever since. Holy shit.
I was wondering, especially with Mateo being gone, I'm like, are we going to get to Riker Lee? Because dude has been a man possessed.
The first game, again, he was just brutal. A couple of the guys were brutal. But since that first game, oh my God. Like, he is so fucking good. The individual plays that he makes, like his mixtape.
He should just donated money to his own channel.
Just gave himself to a Canadian tuba.
I just lost $1 to myself.
He
needs Latvia to medal for the culture, and like I'll
be all about
here for it. Of all of the teams, like underdog to do it, like yes, give me Latvia. That'd be so fun. But I really do believe in this Czechia team. Like I think they win gold over Canada. USA beats Sweden for the bronze, and that's going to be the coolest bronze medal ever.
Just absolute fucking war.
I'm gonna love it. Yeah. Absolutely love it. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this all unfolds. I feel like we're probably not gonna do our normal live stream on Monday because that's when the championship is, right? So I'm sure Isha will be live streaming like the lunatic he is. He's been crushing the streams, and thank you to all of you that have actually like come out and watched. Like they've been very well attended. It's his favorite time of year. This is basically Isha's like NHL draft season for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome tournament. I don't have much else to say.
Yeah. That'll do it.
That will do it. Who is going to be the player of the tournament when this bracket all plays out? That's my last question for you as I scramble to find the outro.
It's hard to not say Yurov, even though I'm going with Sweden winning. If Sweden pulls it off, I think it'll end up being Frondell because I think
it's going to fornicate with a tree.
That's gross.
That's weird.
If Sweden pulls it off, I think it's gonna be largely due to the fact that Frondell goes all the way off. So sure. Frondell might be the pick too if I'm picking Sweden to win.
Fair. Love it. Appreciate all you guys. Probably, I don't know. We'll see what the plan is this week. We will try and get the word out for what our stream will be next week if there is one. And yeah, see you whenever that is.
Peace. Whenever it is.